That was Liz Brasher with Body of Mine off her latest release, Painted Image, which was produced by Scott Bomar.
That's right.
Is that the right pronunciation of
That's
that?
right, yep.
All right, right on. With me today at Analog in Nashville, Tennessee, is Liz Brasher. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, Kelly.
So glad to see you. Let's kick it off with a little Liz 101, little bio details for people. So we know, so I know who I'm dealing with here, because that's important. Your heritage, half Dominican, half Italian. I've got some Sicilian, but we're not going to make
Sicilian too.
Okay, thanks.
That's right.
Right on.
All right. It's going to be a good show.
Yes. I don't speak Spanish, though.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You grew up Southern Baptist.
Yeah.
But Spanish speaking.
Weird,
in
right?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much to unpack there.
Yeah, there is.
But let's pile on to it,
Okay.
because then you moved to Chicago to go to Moody Bible Institute.
Yes, I did.
Let's pile that on there.
Oh, Lord.
And then you moved to Atlanta, and then you moved to Memphis. See?
Yeah.
So much. Somewhere in there you taught yourself to play guitar?
Yeah.
Started
Chicago.
writing songs? Chicago did that?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to assume, like most great soul/spiritual singers, you started in a church choir?
Yes, absolutely. Well, it started in the house.
Okay.
Yeah. My mom, all her siblings, all 9 of them all sing.
So you started in the house choir?
In the house choir, that's
Okay.
right, yeah.
All right.
Non-stop singing.
Right. And then graduated to the church.
Yes.
And then okay, so with all of those details now out on the table, talk to me. Like, what was that experience as a kid in that stew?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big combination of things, obviously, like what you just tried to explain.
Yeah.
You did a better job than I do, I think. But yeah, so my mom was always singing. She taught me from a very young age, from the time I came out of the womb. She was there, like, drilling it into my head to sing to. In a crib, I was singing. And then every single week, it was just rehearsals for church, taking church solos, going in front of, on a televangelist station and singing there. But at the same time, my dad, who raised me, is actually Jamaican. So you want to throw another mix into this melting pot.
Yep.
And he loved Motown. He loved the Beatles. He loved Elton John. He had a lot of British influences. So from a young age, I also had that combination coming into.
Right.
And I was a regular kid. I was a normal kid who loved the radio. So I wasn't allowed to listen to the radio at home. So I would sneak the radio in my closet and just listen to all the top hits that were happening at that time.
I've heard of a lot of reasons for people to be in a closet, but listening to the radio
I
is
know.
a new one. So
it was a very strict household, to say the least. And so I had to do things like sneak out of my house to go see rock shows and just to be a part of music and to play music that wasn't inside of the church. So.
Yeah. All right, you mentioned the Beatles.
Yeah.
I know Mahalia Jackson is
huge influence of mine. Yes, absolutely.
And, it's just like on the surface, that sort of range might seem weird, but then you think of somebody like Mavis Staples and how closely tied to Bob Dylan and Levon Helm she was.
Yeah.
And it kind of all starts to make sense that nobody and no thing is as pure as we think it might be or should be or
No,
is.
absolutely, because I think art in its purest form exists to influence other artists and other people. So, if we're doing that, you and I have 2 different backgrounds and 2 different lives. So no matter what it is that you try to do and how you try to approach it, it's going to come out differently. Yeah. So, yeah.
With just a little touch of Sicilian.
Yes. And no Spanish.
No. Well, yours might have a little. So, I mean, it feels like in listening to your music and sort of, learning about you, that you kind of exist in a world of edges and contradictions and gray areas.
Yeah.
Right?
I like that.
It's kind of like your ancestry is that, your artistry is that.
Yes.
Just always just on the blurred lines.
Yeah, which I like.
Yeah.
because I don't
the
like to
most
be told.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't like to be told what to do, and I really don't know
Really?
what to do.
I never would have guessed that about you.
Yeah. Yeah. I really don't know what to do either. So it
Yeah.
just, it comes out how it needs to.
Here's the
think.
thing. I'm older than you, so I can say this with some very small bit of authority. We're all just making it up as we go.
Amen.
I mean, that's the secret that, kids look to adults and think, sorry, there are a couple of tweens in there. We don't know what we're doing, you guys.
We have no
we really
idea.
are making it up as we go. It's like every year is a new, it's like, oh, that's what it feels like to turn 40. Okay, that's not what I thought that was going to be,
Right.
But let's get back to you. So, I think that world of edges and those gray areas, it comes out even in your songs, like in Blood of the Lamb. You specifically say, I'm dressed in black, I walk in white. Who are you to tell me who I am?
Yeah.
So, in case anybody was questioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm laying it out for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, have people tried to define you based on your identities?
Yes. My entire life. It's been, she's, either just a mixed kid, or she's just a blues singer, or just a gospel singer, or just, a rock and roller, or she's just a guitar player, or all these different things. But I don't like to settle. So I want to be a little bit of everything.
Yeah, not one box.
Right.
So, what, like the assumptions and projections, I mean, you gave me some examples, but like, what's the most, let's just go with offensive. What's the most offensive thing people have just like assumed about you based on your upbringing or your look or your sound or anything?
Most offensive. That's a good question. I mean, when I was studying at Moody Bible Institute, it was, that I could only be one thing, which was that I had to be a certain image of a religion, which is not why I was there to begin with. And outside of that, it's the exact opposite. So now I'm getting, she's, completely thrown that away, or she has no faith whatsoever. To me, that's offensive, because I don't really think anybody can say whether somebody else has faith or doesn't, or what it is that they believe in. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I try not to pay attention to all that too much, because I really don't care. So
right. Yeah.
I think that's the best way to approach it.
Yeah, no, you can't.
It's the only way to approach it, really.
Absolutely, yeah. You can't be bogged down by what other people expect of you.
Right.
Or their presumptions of you or any of that.
Right.
I know that's been part of your journey too, is getting to that place of casting all of those burdens off, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Well, and another thing is I am new. I'm relatively new coming and entering into this. So there is the thought like that I don't really know what I'm doing. So I do get that, unfortunately, from a lot of men. And
before or after they hear you do your thing?
Before.
Okay.
Always
yes.
Before.
Yeah.
So I try, I have nothing to say to that, like you just mentioned, I play and I do what I need to do, and then it usually settles everything.
Yeah, then they pick their jaws up off the floor. Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. I have another friend, female artist, who she plays exclusively electric guitar, and inevitably when she's, lugging it around in an elevator at a hotel, and, people just assume, oh, she's just a nice little folk singer, and, oh, what you got in there, a nice Gibson or Martin? And she's like, no, it's a Gretsch,
Yeah, I deal with that many, many, many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They think you're selling the merch?
Yeah. Oh, no, they think I'm the girlfriend.
Ooh.
It's really
all
bad.
All due respect to girlfriends everywhere.
Right,
but
of course,
yeah.
But that's not me.
Right on. So, the blues is sort of a basis, one of the foundational. You've got the spiritual stuff, you've got the blues, you've got the soul. There are differences between Chicago and Delta blues.
Yeah.
There are differences between Detroit and Memphis soul. Is that kind of what was it about Memphis? I mean, it feels like a town. I haven't spent much time there, but
What?
I know.
Are you serious?
So sorry.
No, we got to go together. Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh, we're going.
I mean, I've been there a couple of times, but I haven't
Call
spent
me
time
next
there.
time.
All right. But it feels to me like it's a city of sort of artistic intersections.
Yes.
Is that?
That's why I chose Memphis.
I was gonna say, what?
It's
what
the first place that I felt like I was home because everybody there is an outcast.
Everybody's a mutt.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Yes. Nobody wants to do what everybody else is doing. Yeah. So it can be hard sometimes, but everybody is authentic.
Right.
There. You know, like down to the core. They're going to do what they want to do, and they're not worried about the mainstream.
Right.
And I wanted to be surrounded by that, by people who just wanted to exist in their natural state.
Yeah. I mean, I know a good handful of people who have left Nashville from Memphis for that and cheaper housing, I think, are some of the things. But so, you know, to me, sort of like the blues, soul music also exists at an intersection, right, of the sensual and the spiritual.
Yeah.
You kind of grew up in one of those worlds and then grew into the other one.
Well, I think I grew up together in both.
Okay.
Because, like I said, I was sneaking out to go, and
Fair.
nobody do that. Like, I'm not condoning that. But I had to
Do
go
what you
see
gotta
live
do,
music.
guys.
I had to go see live music. So I grew up doing both. It's always been in me to do both. I've never differentiated between any of that because to me, music is either good or bad, and that's our own personal opinion on how we categorize that.
Right, right. Was that, I mean, and these days it's so indistinguishable anyway. I mean, like so many things in life, music genres are a construct.
Right.
You know, so, and particularly in your songs, those two forms, the spiritual and the sensual, the line is completely blurred.
Yeah.
Was that a gradual evolution in your writing, or was that's just how it came out
That's
from the
the
start?
first stuff I ever wrote. You know, that's what you're hearing on Painted Image on
Right.
the album. So,
Okay.
no, I think it just came out of me because that's who I am, really.
Did you have any period of sort of grappling with because of the religious background and the Bible Institute, like this sort of atonement and sin and redemption and all that? How did that fit into things?
So that's actually why I went to Moody Bible Institute, because I didn't believe what was being fed to me, and I wanted to learn it on my own. I wanted to study and to explore that and to see what really there is without anybody telling me what there is. Okay. And I wasn't there for very long because I picked up a guitar and started to do that. But yeah, so there was a period, but I mean, I think all of us are our entire lives trying to wrestle with these, you know, universal questions that we don't have answers to right now.
What did you get out of your time there?
I mean, I met phenomenal human beings. I got an incredible education because it wasn't just Bible knowledge. It was a lot of other things. You know, I had to study different languages and things like that. And just being in Chicago, I mean, just the fact that I was there was a huge deal.
Right.
You know, a girl who grew up in Matthews, North Carolina, because I say Charlotte because nobody even knows where Matthews is.
Yeah.
But to be able to be in a major city like that for the first time and deal with a massive blizzard for the first time, and you know, these crazy things,
but it's okay. Climate change isn't real, so don't.
Right, of course not.
Yeah.
But honestly, and Chicago was phenomenal for me because it was there where I was confronted with my lack of music knowledge of the South. So, you know, I grew up not really caring for the South and just seeing the history of the South as only a very negative thing and not really seeing the good inside of it. And so when I got to Chicago, I was confronted head on with what my opinions on the South were, which made me delve into the Delta blues. Actually, earlier before that, I began with Stephen Foster and then worked my way upwards. So it served its purpose, I think.
So you went with a mind toward kind of turning your critical lens on the religion and all of that, and you ended up turning your critical lens on the heritage and the music. That's fascinating to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's such a. I mean, I talked about this with Will Hogue a couple of weeks ago, actually.
I love Will.
Yeah, because he grew up just south of Nashville, and we were talking about how I think particularly Southerners do this. It's like we just sort of so many don't ever turn the critical eye on the things like the Confederate flag or whatever it is, or something politics, church teachings, all of it.
Right.
It's just like we could just kind of take it. It's like, oh well, that's what I grew up being told, and you just take it at face value. So the fact that you were willing to do that work is very commendable.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm a weird human who obsesses about things and wants to study them as much as possible, to find out for myself. So.
Yeah. Well, more people need to do that, but So how old were you when you started playing guitar and writing songs?
I was 21.
Okay. So it was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
Okay. Right on. So a little bit of a late bloomer, though.
Absolutely, a late bloomer. Well, because I grew up singing primarily, and my mom put me in piano classes when I was...
So you had the musical foundation.
Yes, and I was also in band all throughout middle school and high school. I played clarinet, first chair, baby.
There you go.
Yeah, but then in high school, it was like not cool for me to be playing clarinet anymore.
Well,
so.
Let me tell you, clarinet wasn't actually cool in middle school either, but just nobody told you that.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody had the guts except for you.
But like if you did it now, it would
be cool, right?
Yeah.
How weird is that?
That's life.
Yeah, it's always cool. Whatever you want to do, whatever instrument you want to play is always cool.
Yeah, I started on the flute, believe it or not.
Oh, that was even worse than clarinet.
Oh, it was so bad. I wanted to be a drummer. I got there eventually, but I had to get like braces and headgear and be like, oh, I can't play a flute.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suffer from my art, man. Do what you got to do. Yeah. So you started playing and writing, and I know your writing is a mix of what we were just talking about, but you were actively engaged in sort of pop rock world. Like you weren't playing those songs in the church, right?
Right. No. I was fronting like bands in high school. Yeah.
Rocker chick, basically.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume based on the black outfit. How did that sit with the family?
Not well.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad, it always sat well with my dad. My dad was a big supporter of mine.
Right.
So, he would drive, because I couldn't drive at the time, so he would have to drive me to gigs and things like that. But no, it still doesn't sit well, Kelly. It's still an ongoing issue, but I think that's part of my drive, honestly, because I know what I was made to do, regardless of what anybody else thinks. So I just work even harder at it.
What kinds of expectations were there?
For me to become a doctor, a lawyer, to live like my mom's image of the American dream, because she sacrificed so much to come to this country and to have me here at 40 years old. Wow. Which is no small feat, So she, and rightfully so, she had a certain idea of what she wanted it to look like. And I just turned out to be the total opposite, a rebel.
And yet, she was the one who got you singing in the crib. So really, I mean, come on.
Right.
But, I mean, that's a real thing. Like, parents heaping, again, their projections and assumptions on their kids to live the life that they never got to live.
Yeah.
Are you estranged?
No, we're so close. She calls me every single day.
Nice. Hey, Mom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love my mom.
Right
I love her. Yeah, and she loves me. All of that aside.
Right. So she's just compartmentalizing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
as do I.
maybe now that you've been on the legendary Hangin Sangin podcast, she'll come around.
Man. She's going to come around.
We're giving her shout outs here. Right on. Good. Because if that's not the case, a lot of you have to deal with all the internalized shame and just self-esteem and all that. So
yeah,
you don't seem to suffer from lack of confidence, we'll
Well,
call it.
I had to get over it. It was either succumb or get over it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And have you turned to the songwriting? I'm assuming has been your way of processing and working through all of that.
Absolutely. The one thing I do more than anything is write songs. So it's my therapy. It's just constant.
Yeah. So, all right. So, talk me through this whole thing. So you had the 2-song sort of single,
Yeah.
and then the EP.
Right.
But it was. I mean, some of these songs have come out a number of times.
Yeah.
And
So
then the album. So
what we did was, I'm just going to start back with the first time I got to Memphis, and this is actually going back
That's how I got to Memphis.
This is going back actually to Atlanta. When I moved to Atlanta, from Chicago to Atlanta, that's where I formed a trio, and that evolved. And one of the founding members is sitting right there, Todd Kerstetter, the bass player. He's been with me for a while, yeah. And phenomenal bassist, by the way. But that's where
But does he have any Sicilian in his heritage?
No, unfortunately. It's all like Pennsylvania Dutch, right? Something like that.
All right.
So yeah, in Atlanta, we worked this live trio setting because I really wanted to just learn how to lead a band and work on that. So we got our recordings and my songs tight enough in a rehearsal space so that we could come and record in Memphis. And I spoke with Scott Bomar, and we loaded up and headed that way, and we recorded 15 songs with him in like 2 days. 15.
Well, but your songs are only like 40 seconds each, so that's easy to do.
My whole album is only 2 minutes long.
Yes.
So yeah, we did that, and that same weekend we were there, Scott called Bruce Watson from Fat Possum into the studio, and we met him, and he sat down, and the next day we went to barbecue, and he told me, look, this is the offer that I would like to make for you to be on Fat Possum. And, I'm freaking out. I can't even eat. Are you kidding me? My whole life I've been waiting for this moment, So, So then we came back to Memphis for 2 weeks and actually flushed out Painted Image, the album that you hear. Okay. And we added horns. We added a string arrangement. It was really completely different than the trio 15 songs that we had recorded.
Right.
So after doing that, after doing those, the Painted Image is the album, then it was, what do we do with this record? Because we all believed in it. We all believed how huge of an album it was. And thankfully, my manager, Shyla Morrow, who's sitting right there, she came into the picture, and she loved the record, and it worked out for us to work together, and she put the brakes on everything and was like, hold on, this album's too good. It cannot go out right now.
Right.
So then we went back and we did the EP, Outcasts, as more of an introduction to me, because I had written other songs since I had gone to Memphis. And so we combined them a little bit.
Got it.
A little ping pong.
So it was a little bit of like, let's give them a little taste of this, test the waters, see what the temperature is.
Right.
And then come back and
release the album, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, NPR Music has embraced you early and often throughout this whole thing.
Very thankful for that.
How's that feel?
It feels phenomenal.
They're kind of the holy grail, a little.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels great, to be nominated as a slingshot artist and to go into your career starting that way. It was great.
Yeah. Why electric guitar? Did you feel like you just needed to shred as bad?
Because I don't shred.
Well,
but I'll give you two
shred.
2 reasons why.
You can howl. That's for sure.
I can do that.
Okay.
Pop Staples.
Yep.
And Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
Perfect.
That's why the electric guitar. Right. Because I heard what Pops was doing on a guitar on the Staple Singers recording, the old recordings on VJ.
Yeah.
And this before Stax, and I was like, these singular guitar lines, these this heavy tremolo that he's doing, and all their voices sitting on top of that. I wonder if I could maybe do that. And that's when I picked up the guitar and I wrote "Blood of the Lamb," actually. So So yeah, that's why. And I also like an electric guitar a lot.
I think it suits you. It's a little bit sassier than
Yeah.
an acoustic.
Yeah, which I could do acoustic too, but come on, it's shinier.
Come on. Yeah. I kind of, listening to your record, I feel like I hear you as almost a rootsier version of somebody like Paloma Faith.
I don't know who that is.
Well, you should listen
I'm
to
going
her.
to.
But it's that sort of like that big voice and, these sort of swells and swoops. And I mean, she's more pop soul and you've got the more blues, but it's, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you'll dig her.
Yeah, I'll
but
check her out.
who are the contemporary artists that you're sort of, so you've got Pops and Sister Rosetta and Mahalia on one side and the Beatles. Who are you sort of watching and kind of seeing yourself among your peers?
Well, in this town, I can name a lot, like Aaron Lee Tasjan, and do you know Creamer at all? Okay, yeah, you're going to have to check out Creamer.
Okay.
Bringing rock and roll back to life.
All right.
The Autumn Defense, Pat Sansone over there. There's a lot of acts. Amy Winehouse, I consider her more contemporary than other people that I listen to, and Beyonce I'll throw in there too. So, I'll take
We
from
should
anyone.
always throw Beyonce into
right?
anything.
Yeah, because she needs more PR.
She does, yeah. I mean, a mention on Hangin' and Sangin' is probably going to do wonders for her career.
Her, my mom,
Yeah.
they're all going to come around after
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. I don't see why not. Yeah, Beyonce, here's your little kick in your pants. Yeah, good job. Okay, we're gonna do the enlightening round now. It's not fast. It's
that?
enlightening, not just lightning.
Okay.
All right.
I caught that.
Not everyone does, Liz.
I
Then
was
they're like just like spitting out, and I'm like, no, you can take your time. Okay, since you have lived in, we're just gonna call it Charlotte, because
Yeah,
Matthews.
might as well.
Yeah. Charlotte, Chicago, Atlanta, and Memphis. I'm going to list different elements of these places, and you tell me which has the best and or which has the worst.
Ooh, awesome.
Yeah.
This is a cool game.
Hey. Creative community.
Memphis.
Yeah. Spiritual supports.
Memphis.
You're going
I'm
all
gonna
in,
do it.
aren't
I'm
you?
gonna
Yeah.
do it all day.
Cultural experiences.
Oh,
See?
that's a tie between Chicago and Memphis.
Okay. That's legit. Food scene.
Chicago.
Pizza over barbecue? Is that what we're doing?
No.
Just generally.
Just everything that you can get in Chicago versus Memphis.
All right.
But, Memphis has good food too.
Yeah. I'm a vegetarian, so like the barbecue really wouldn't.
Hey, we've
mean
got
much to me.
mushroom barbecue burgers. It's actually good. I know it sounds weird.
Okay.
It's really good.
Not sure
Come, I'll
that's
take you.
All right, we'll see. Dive bars.
Chicago.
All right. I feel like Atlanta might have a couple of dive bars though.
Yeah, a couple.
All right. We're gonna get to one that I think Atlanta will win. Not yet though. Music venues.
Chicago.
All right. Housing options.
Memphis.
Okay. Traffic or transit.
Like worst or best?
Could be either.
Worst, Atlanta.
That's what I said. I was gonna.
Yeah,
I had to get
won
Atlanta
that.
one.
Atlanta won
Come
that.
on, 404.
Best, Memphis.
All right. Musical legacy.
Ooh, Memphis. Come on.
I mean,
In my book, Memphis. But
you-
Chicago's up there.
Chicago got
Atlanta
some
too.
pop staples.
Atlanta too.
Come on. All
No,
right.
that's Mississippi, baby.
Well, I know, but they landed in Chicago. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe
that's
it's
true.
Chicago.
That's true.
Okay, then artistic future.
Memphis.
God, man, it just kind
my
of ruled
city.
that round. Yeah, you just represented.
Enlightening some people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, what's so great about Memphis? Well,
Everything.
yeah. All right, you want to go sing some songs for the people?
No. Yes,
Okay.
I do.
You don't have to. We can just keep going, I guess.
I'd love to.
All right,
Yeah.
hit it. Yep, all good. I'm just going to sit here and be your sidekick.
Perfect. You don't want to play anything? I didn't bring my clarinet, so we can't do our woodwind duo. This song is called Blood of the Lamb. by the river, I saw the light. Eating locusts and honey on a dark, dark night. Would you follow me? Would you follow me? Oh, now. If I told you to lay it all down, yeah, I am dressed in black and walking white. Thoughts unclean, speak of a lie. Who are you to tell me who I am? I got the blood of the lamb. When he called my name, well, there was no time to run, and I left all of my burdens in the hands of the sun. Would you follow me? Yeah, would you follow me on down? If I told you I have to lay it all down, yeah, I am dressed in black and walking white. Thoughts unclean, speak out loud. Who are you to tell me who I am? Yeah, I am dressed in black and walking white. Thoughts unclean, speak out loud. Who are you to tell me who I am? I got the blood of the lamb. All right, this next song is called Remain. I used to build trees around you. Start off watching them fall. I couldn't take a leap without you. And now I never call. And I've been within you. I'll be without you too. In love we were born, in love we've died. Take me from the ground and breathe in life. Don't want another glass of champagne. And stars is where I wanna remain. They should have named storms around you, blowing young in the wind. Hand me the word you're afraid of. Say it's the only way you've lived. baby from the ground and breathing life. Don't want another glass of champagne. I wanna remain. Got a cold baby for you. Turn me loose from loving you. Turn me loose from the ways of your world. 'Cause I don't owe you anything, and I ain't your debt anymore. You're a cold baby with a heart made of straw. Only one way you're bound to go. My flesh is breaking and my world's been shaking since the day I was wrapped in your cold soul. Your cold soul. I've never stood in a wind so frigid as I have when I'm standing right next to you. I know I wasn't left unattended. I was facing the elements. Oh, while you just sat and you stared. You're a cold baby with a heart made of stone. Only one way you're bound to go. My flesh is breaking and my world's been shaking since the day I was wrapped in your cold soul. Your cold soul. Why you wanna be this way? Why can't I break the chains? Chains that bind me, yeah, it's bound to find me. Is it the making or is only one for the taking? Oh, you know that it's a man. Yeah, you're a cold baby, heart made of stone. Only one way you're bound to go. My flesh is breaking and my world's been shaking since the day I was wrapped in your cold soul. Your cold soul. Howlin'. That's right. I try to, we gotta get together sometime. That's right, I do. This last song is called Elijah Rock, and it's actually a Mahalia Jackson song, which is why I do it at the end of every set. Elijah Rock, shout, shout, Elijah Rock coming up now. Elijah Rock, shout, shout, shout. Elijah Rock coming up now. Elijah, Elijah, Satan is a liar and a conjure too. If you don't worship, he'll come to you. If I could, I surely would stand on the rock where Moses stood alone. Elijah Rock, shout, shout, shout. Elijah Rock coming up now. Elijah Rock, shout, shout, shout. Elijah Rock coming up now. Elijah, Elijah, Well, Ezekiel said he saw him wheel in the middle of a wheel. John talked about him in the book of the seven seals. Some say the rose of Sharon, while others say the Prince of Peace. But I can tell this how well he's been a rock and a shelter for me. Hallelujah. Elijah Rock, shout, shout, shout. Elijah Rock coming up now. Elijah Rock, shout, shout, shout. Elijah Rock coming up now. Elijah, Elijah, You could call my rock in the morning, call him late at night. He's always with me, and all my battles he'll fight. And when I'm in trouble, I can call him on the line, 'cause he put a telephone in my heart, and I can call God anytime. Hallelujah. Elijah Rock, shout, shout, shout. Elijah Rock coming up now. Elijah Rock, shout, shout, shout. Elijah Rock coming up now. Elijah Rock, shout, shout, shout. Elijah Rock, oh, him coming up now.
Liz Brasher channeling the spirits of Mahalia Jackson and pop staples and Sister Rosetta. I mean, goodness gracious. Thank you for being here. I feel like people really need to experience this thing live.
Yeah.
I mean, the record is good, but that's the kind of thing that will turn a non-believer into a believer.
Ooh, let's quote you on that one.
Okay, we'll quote that.
Yeah.
Yeah, gosh. So you're touring. You're on the road for the next little bit.
Yep, 3 weeks opening for the Zombies.
Okay.
Yeah. What?
What?
Yeah, I know. I
hope
can't
that
believe
wasn't
it
your
either.
bass player that just said that.
Yeah, I hope not either. What? Where are we going?
Wait. Wow. Well, good luck with. I mean.
Thank you.
Goodness gracious, you're in the week of post Grammy week. There are a lot of amazingly fierce performances by women on the Grammys the other night, and I could see this happening for you.
Man,
I'm just
keep
gonna
saying
say
that. Keep saying that,
yeah,
please.
yeah. Yes, thank you for being here. Thank all of you guys for being here.
thank
Really
y'all.
appreciate it. If you want to come back next week, it's not open to the public, but I'm personally inviting you to see Larkin Poe. So
Atlanta girls.
yeah, well, they live here now.
I
So,
know.
but if
Yep.
I did an enlightener, they might. I
They're
don't
gonna
know.
say Atlanta.
You think they would?
I think so.
Whew. All right. Well,
Tune in next week.
tune in next week.
Find out.
And then on the 26th, we've got Tommy Emmanuel and John Knowles. So
Ooh. Tune in every week.
tune in every week, yes. But for now, we're going to leave you with another track off Painted Image. Here's Liz Brasher with Love Feasts.
Thank you.